I'm Davey.
I'm Misty.
DM Watts.
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And welcome to another episode of DM Watts Podcast. Real quick, I'm just going to mention it. I don't know if you guys see it or not, but we got to check the background. We got the green screen going. We're green screeners. So
that's new. That's
got the green screen
going.
I'm not saying we the shit at all, but you know, had some Taco Bell earlier.
I'm not saying that we couldn't throw up any picture of us that we wanted to.
Yeah, we chose this.
No, I'm saying that if we're like talking about younger days or whatever.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But we're just excited. Hey, so this is our new background. We got our green screen going. Yeah,
something different for your entertainment.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
So we're gonna get right into it. Clearly, we can't point to nothing, so we're gonna get right to the fishbowl.
We're okay with that.
Yeah.
DMWattsPodcast.com.
Yeah, y'all know where to find us.
Which I need to update.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there. We got a lot going on.
We got a lot going on.
Absolutely.
Takes a lot to run a campaign.
For sure. If you didn't know, it takes a lot. What do we get? What do we pull out of the fishbowl today?
Okay, this is doable.
Okay, what we got?
Fishbowl topic for today is crafts. What's your favorite? Are you good with your hands?
Yeah.
Coolest thing you've made. So we'll just start with crafts.
Yeah.
Do you like doing crafts, Dave?
Well, let me go ahead and say this right quick. I did not like doing crafts until I met her. So let's put it that way, because she will be like, at any given time, it's like, okay, so when you live in your house, like you be like, hey, this house ain't bad. Then you get somebody who does crafts and did construction for 8 years, and she comes into the house, and now it's our house, and she's like, hey, I got an idea. They're coming. This is how it approaches. Hey, I got an idea what we could do. I'm like, hey, what's going on? She was like, do you like colors? And like, she approached it like, she approached it, I was like, oh yeah, I like colors. What kind of colors?
Do you like anything other than Wichita brown?
Brown, yeah. Do you like anything other than brown? I'm like, well, yeah, why would you ask something like that? Of course, silly. I come home one day, remember that?
Yep.
There was a little slash of
this color blue.
Yeah, this fly-by-night blue on the wall. I was like, she's like, what do you think of that? I was like, it actually looks really, really good. Really? Yeah, so would you be okay with painting, I don't know, all of the walls? Remember that?
Right.
You remember we painted we ended up painting the entire house.
That's home stuff.
Yeah,
that's home remodeling.
But to me, that's still a craft.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
That's still at all.
It's one I hadn't done, so I call it a craft.
Yeah, but it's not a craft.
Yeah, don't hate on my idea.
No,
I think
I'm not hating on your idea.
Okay, so what do you see as a craft?
A craft is when I'm like, oh my God, I have to create something, and boom, in 10 minutes you have a wreath. That is a craft.
Yeah, well, mine was more of a, oh my God, I have to create something, and here in a week or two we paint the whole house.
Yeah,
that's it was a longer time to complete that one. I would say that, but
anyway,
you know what I mean. So but
I love doing crafts.
Okay, so what is your favorite one that you've done?
Oh no, see, there's not just one. Like, for what holiday? We have to be specific, like which holiday, because Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Well, what do we got coming up? The 4th. It's going to be the 4th of July is going to be coming up. So what is it actually? What do we do for? I know what we did for like Christmas. We did a wreath, and we did our own. Well, I can't remember. Obviously, we made ornaments. Yeah, and so that was really good.
And I made like the swag stuff that goes along.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, but
banners.
I don't know. I don't think we've done anything for the 4th other than we go and we'll grab flags.
And 4th was always a huge one for me.
Yeah.
So I've made all kinds of stuff, a lot of wood cutouts. I guess my craft with the 4th usually centers around plants. But 4th of July, I can't think of like, oh well, yeah. I usually make little plaques.
Yeah.
Like, I have one that said something about, the Independence Day and stuff like that. I love making chalkboard signs.
Yeah. So the thing that I like about, I guess, so there's the pros and the cons to making crafts. You know what I mean? It's like, you get the idea. That's the pro, right?
Yeah.
And then you go and get the materials. That's part of the pro.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're like me and you
It's-
just don't like shopping for that type of stuff.
Until you
at
get the
all.
receipt.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's
Yeah.
gone.
But at the same time, lots of times what I find with crafts is that you get a lot for your money. The materials,
Yeah,
if
you
you
do.
shopping smart, you can get a lot of good materials. Look, Hobby Lobby has its ups and downs. You know, Hobby Lobby. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that Hobby Lobby can't get expensive, because they can get expensive. But don't rule out the Dollar Tree for them crafts.
Dollar Tree has
Yeah,
amazing
don't move.
crafts.
The
and
dollar store
you
will.
can do so much at the
Yeah.
Dollar Tree.
We say
So,
it's
yeah.
called Dollar Tree here, but like, you know,
Yeah.
the dollar store.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
well, yeah, because now it's $1.25 tree.
Mhm. Yeah, it went up. It did go
Dollar
up.
quarter tree.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
But-
don't sleep on those cheap places to get, you know, little
No,
materials and stuff like that.
For wreaths, I get a lot of ribbons from
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
4th of July stuff there is great.
So
So is Halloween stuff.
yeah, so I got one that we did crafts when we used to own a bar, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Remember that? At St. Patty's Day, we had the whole night from the dress up. Because remember, I had the suspenders with the shot glasses on it.
Yes.
And-
Sorry, I'm
Wait.
trying to throw bones to the dogs. They're
Yeah.
being very persistent tonight.
But yeah, so we dressed up and we did a few things for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Now in Halloween, oh yeah, I remember Halloween.
So Halloween,
yeah.
we had a pretty much like what are they called in Harry Potter? A Dementor. We created a
don't remember what those are.
Dementor
Wait, was that?
out of our telescoping paint stick.
Okay,
And we got stuff.
Oh, now
we got
remember.
stuff at the Dollar
Now
Tree,
remember,
like
yeah.
grayish webbing material.
Yeah,
And we just kept making this Dementor thing, and it
It's
like
it scared the hell out of
it
people
flew
too.
in the wind.
Oh, it
And we
scared the
got
heck out
all
of people.
the cemetery.
Yeah.
Made a cemetery.
Yeah, it's scary. So if you don't watch Harry Potter, the Dementor are these things. They're like ghosts, and they
Yeah,
eat
like
your soul. They
ghost
suck out your
spirit
soul or something like that.
Prison-y,
Yeah, they look like they got on a
prisoner.
robe or something like that. Now, you know, wait, because so we have cameras. We have cameras at our house. So it's funny. We have this.
I forgot that.
Yeah, we have these individuals that would walk by. I don't want to say it's a female or male or whatever, but I'll just say it's an older individual that likes to walk their dog. Yeah, likes to walk their dog, but and their dog decides to relieve himself in our yard. Well, when you have, what is it called again?
A Dementor.
When you have a Dementor
flying
flying in the wind, and they're not looking up, and the wind blows, and then they look up, I about thought we was gonna have to call 911. This individual, I gotta keep saying individual.
Oh my goodness.
This individual jumped by 10 feet in the air, scared the mess out of them. And
I don't mean to laugh,
yeah,
but
but
it was really
it was
funny.
hilarious. You remember that?
Yeah.
I remember. I was like,
I thought they
I'm
were
in the
gonna
window.
relieve themselves
Yeah,
on our lawn.
because the because the camera went off. Like, hey, there's somebody. And so
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, ha, it's you again. The one that likes to let your dog pee and poop in our yard and
Yeah.
don't pick nothing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this time,
That was bad.
hey, if you're watching this, I mean, you kind of got what was coming to you on that
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean?
And at the same time, sorry.
Yeah. Same time, our bad. But it did what it was designed to do.
It was.
It did.
I mean, it's supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
Halloween.
But then we also had, like you said, the graveyard. We had hands coming out of the graveyard. We're like, remember that? It was like these
Yes.
skeleton hands that was coming out of the graveyard.
Yes, we did.
And the kids were stopping after school. They were stopping after school to look at the stuff that we had put up. It all from just the
It
Dollar
was
Tree.
cool. And they didn't even mess with it. Like they didn't.
No.
They really respected it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah. They
cool.
thought it was pretty nice. So I mean, I think that was cool.
But as far as like, I've got another craft.
What
that
you
was
got?
My favorite. That so I painted that wine glass for you. It says hotter by 1 degree for your graduation when you got your master's.
I remember that one. I remember that one. That was the one that you, not just that. So when I was completing my last assignment,
Yeah.
let me tell you how wonderful the woman is I got. So when I was in the middle of doing my final paper, and I was getting ready to hit send for my final paper. I was in the middle of typing it up. First of all, she's gonna try to keep it to craft. So I'm gonna tell the whole story. I was typing, and I got random text messages from all my kids,
From your
from
family.
all my family, randomly telling me, "You got this. We are proud of you," and so on. Okay, I ain't gonna tell that part because makes me tear up a little bit. So, but then when I hit submit, she came out. You had made, what did you make? The food. I think it was like some. I don't know. I don't know, but it was delicious. I tore that thing up. Yeah, and so she had put together a goodie bag. It looked like one of them bags you get at a birthday party, and in it had a stack of books about this big.
It was an ornament.
It was an ornament with a stack of books, and you had painted on it.
Painted on each one, and it said "Masters in Disaster."
Masters in Disaster. I was getting my master's degree in emergency management, is what it was, and. So she put Master of Disaster, and what else was it? It was
I got Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
and made little caps, graduation caps, and glued them on there.
Oh man, it was so thoughtful that I was looking and I was like, man, and I hit send and I got an A on my last assignment. So I got an A on that one. So but when we talk about crafts and just things to do, what about behind us? So wait, you said painting is not a craft, huh?
I don't consider.
But what do you
consider making something like a wreath, like a arrangement, like making something. So like I used to do back in the 80s and 90s, dried flower arrangements were the thing.
Yeah.
So
so
making stickers or
the reason that I still say painting is because behind us, this woman I had no idea this existed. Was
he's so fascinated by
chalkboard paint. I'm telling y'all, it's real. It's literally, I'm like, she put that on, and even to this day, now mind you, that was years ago that this happened.
Yeah.
But even to this day, I'm like, so our wall is a chalkboard.
He's so in love with that. I'm like, I can make
our
any
wall is literally a chalkboard, and it's literally you can draw on it and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I think that's a craft because you can do a few things with it. However, what about building the bar that we have in front of us? We didn't finish it, but we built a little bar there, and I thought that was pretty. I mean, you talk about.
I guess I view that to me is building. You're building something. That's furniture building.
Okay.
And then this is like home decorating and decor. A craft is the tchotchke. It's the thing.
Yeah, I can get with that. I guess I just look at it.
Like arts and crafts. So making jewelry, that's a craft I do. I love making sea glass jewelry.
Our mother makes these magnets.
Oh my God, she makes the most beautiful magnets.
She makes these magnets. They're
wire trees.
Oh my goodness.
They have glass beads on them so they shimmer in the light.
They're
just beautiful.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah,
but
that's an amazing craft.
I will also talk about my woman sea glass collection that she
I have an extensive sea glass collection.
Yeah, if you like the sound of sea glass, there's an ASMR on DMY's podcast. Get on over to YouTube. There's an ASMR on that way
from it,
and it's really, really good. Honestly, even I didn't even realize I got into stuff like that as far as ASMR. But when we were filming the ASMR with the sea glass, I was like, this is amazingly interesting to just watch.
Yeah.
I was like,
and here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing about crafts. And so I grew up in a family that did crafts.
Okay.
My father was a huge crafter. My mother's a huge crafter. My brother and sister, not so much, but I got that gene. But it's the literal fact, what crafts can teach you, especially as a child, is that you can take nothing and turn it into something. And that is a really valuable skill to have. And it starts with folding a piece of paper and turning it into a snowflake. I mean, seriously, it's at its most basic level when we're in school and they teach us to fold the paper, and then we're sitting there and cutting out, and then you open it up and it's a snowflake. That at its most basic level is the process of teaching you that something ordinary can become extraordinary.
True.
And so when I made sea glass jewelry, here are these things I'm finding on the beach for free that are rare, that have classifications as far as grading for jewelry.
All right.
They can be hundreds of years old, the glass can be.
Yeah.
And I'm taking something that I've just found for free on a beach for free.
Yeah.
And go home and turn it into something that I can now sell for money. And that was sometimes what sustained me.
Yeah.
And
but you also gotta talk about, like, I guess how the sea glass is made. This stuff just like sits there for like it's just
Yeah, it's
in
from
the
shipwrecks.
yeah. It's like you don't know
plates off a balcony.
you don't know what is
Coke
in there.
bottles,
Yeah,
and it just keeps getting turned over and turned over and turned over in the sea until it gets it erodes and gets soft and shapes.
And it looks amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
it looks amazing. It ends up coming out really, really nice if you take a look at it. And then and honestly, it can make you start thinking, hey, I can create some stuff with this. See,
and I have some pieces of like a marmalade jar that was from 1780 something.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. Like, this is not a reproduction. This is an actual piece of a marmalade jar from England that washed up on the shore. And I made a beautiful necklace out of it. Yeah. And it's one of those, it's a complete antique, and it is such an amazing piece of history. And it just, people think it's trash, and it's not. It's amazing.
Well, I also have another craft that I think I speak for a lot of people when they talk about, like, first let me ask you, do you remember your first craft? The first craft you did?
Being in a family of crafters, I mean, we had a kiln in our garage, so because they did ceramics. So I'm venturing to say
some type of pottery.
Yeah, it was either pottery or painting. I mean, I actually have on my art desk little drawings I did at 3. So like, I'm sure it had to do with some kind of ornament. Oh yes, it was an ashtray ornament from preschool. When McDonald's, you could smoke in a McDonald's, and they had like tinfoil ashtrays. And that was my first true craft outside of my family. I was like 3. Yeah, I still have the ornament.
Mine were like that. I mean, my first craft, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of people out there, my first craft was the paper airplane. The ones
those are great though.
The ones that you folded, you know what I'm saying? Like, because what is like a 3-fold or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was, you know what used to make me mad about that? There was always somebody who used to come up with the most advanced type. I swear that guy probably works for Skunk Works now, but there's always that person that makes that paper airplane. When you was younger, you was like, man, what the hell is that? Like I didn't even know it. I feel like I knew about the F-22 before when I was younger. When people used to make the plane, I used to do, I fold this here, fold that there, and we all do the same thing when you make the paper airplane. You got the fold and okay, let me turn that right there. Then you come out and you got your masterpiece, or you think you got your masterpiece, and you like, bro, this is. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You got your masterpiece, you throw your masterpiece becomes immediately impotent. Like, nope, it just goes there. Just crash and burn. You know, and then next thing you know, there's that person next to you who makes it perfect. And they nudge you. Look at mine. Look at mine. Yeah, and it does all this stuff.
All of a sudden, it makes a turn right back to you.
And you're like, is that like a remote control paper airplane? How was mine not doing anything like what yours is doing?
There's a person on, I think I was watching TikTok, and they do paper airplanes.
Yes. Yeah. See, and what's crazy is I want to meet this person, and I want to learn how to do those things. That's all I'm saying. But we all had different crafts and things like that, right?
Well, yeah, and it's also a great way to relax. Like, if you don't have a hobby or something, seriously, get a Pinterest. Start looking up simple crafts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Start at your most basic level, and then before you know it, you're gonna just keep wanting more and more and more, especially for fun holidays like Memorial Day, even or 4th of July or Flag Day, one of my favorite little holidays that never gets recognition. I love it. I think it's a great holiday. But yeah, it's so much fun. And embroidery, I love embroidery, especially if it's cussing embroidery.
Yeah. Or painting. I've seen you go off on that one too.
Yeah,
very rarely, but she does go off on that. Like, if it's involved the dog though, it's like, there's probably some expletives or something like that.
But no, I mean, seriously, Dollar Tree is amazing for that stuff. Any dollar store. But I promise you have a junk drawer just full of items waiting to be transformed. Paper clips, turn them into baby hangers.
Yeah. Yep. That's another one our mom did. Ain't that what she used?
No, August 2nd.
Our mom made earring hangers.
She made me a bunch
hanger earrings.
Of hanger earrings.
Yeah, and Yeah, and people really wanted them to.
Yeah, they did. And I
People
was
really wanted. It was like,
"Oh,
hey, calm down.
okay."
Thanks. Yeah, but you can make things out of, like I do find it amazing that our mom, she makes those magnets. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I also like, here's the thing: if we break something here, let's say I break something, right? And it's funny to me because I'm used to, if I break it, well, this is done. Let me go.
You
I'm gonna have
throws
to
it
go grab.
away.
Yeah, I'm throwing it. And she'll be like, "What are you doing? It's broke. What are you talking about?" She's like, "So glue or like anything to keep it warm?" Like, what?
A nail?
Who does that? Who does any of these things? So she just knows all the ins and outs. And I think,
Look, I mean, here, hand me this container.
okay,
For those of you that are just listening and not watching the video, I have now grabbed a Milk-Bone soft and chewy container.
this is what our treats we give our dogs.
The point is, after this container is empty,
Mhm.
we can peel off the label,
Mhm.
paint the lid,
Okay,
paint this with chalk paint,
okay,
like right there.
okay.
And all of a sudden you can hold things in it like pens or pencils or whatever, ribbons.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here is a craft. You can make it for a plant. Like
Yeah.
that is now a craft. So
Hey,
you have something in your
yeah.
house that you can now turn
Yeah.
into a craft.
Hey, you know what I would have done with it?
Turn
Well, that's out.
Recycle. There goes for the
Yeah, we're
recycling.
recycled. I mean, I'm recycling. So
All kinds of things. You don't have to go to an expensive container store. Just grab a
Hey,
thing of milk bones.
Jay, that's what you do. But look, crafts, they're good. Pick one up. If you haven't, if you don't know how, Pinterest.
Pinterest is great. And
Pinterest.
if the pandemic didn't teach you anything, it taught you that you need a craft. I
Oh,
know. I'm sure
man.
everybody that or baking.
yeah, or cooking or whatever. But I mean, I get it. It's about crafts. But hey, the whole point is get you a hobby, man. Like this is one of those things that it's definitely a stress reliever too.
It is.
And said, what they say, idle hands are the devil's playground. I think that's how it works or something like that. So get you something. Whatever you do, have fun while you're doing it. So that's our show on crafts. I hope
go find a craft.
Yeah, go
Do it
find
with
one.
Your kids will appreciate it so
Yeah.
much. Seriously, if you can't find common
Yeah.
ground with your kid, pick up a craft.
Pick up
with
a
your
craft.
Kid.
At the very least, you guys know Memorial Day is coming up. Like, hey, create something.
Yeah.
Put it out in the yard. Show your appreciation for the people, for the
Creating
fallen.
is a great way to create a teachable moment
Right.
too, and to explain things. It's just so much easier to teach when the kid is having fun.
Exactly. So look, like we said, that's our story on craft. That's our show on crafts. Hey, look, we haven't figured out how I'm gonna sign off now because I can't go down the list anymore.
Yeah.
But check it behind us, whatever. Check behind us. That's there. DMY's podcast. Y'all know where to find us. Our service dog.
Oh yeah,
The service dog's over there looking at us. She is saying goodbye, but DMYspodcast.com is where y'all can find us. We're on all the streaming services. If y'all are watching us on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us on the audio, we appreciate you. Signing off for DM Watts Podcast, I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And we are DM Watts. We'll catch you guys on another one. Take it easy.
Bye.
I like our stuff.
I do too. It's nice.
It is. Yeah, I didn't know what to do because you just